Now let's go to the barber shop and see who's with Archie Campbell.
Well, how you doing there, Roy?
Oh, pretty good. How are you, Art?
Oh, I'm good. Hey, Roy, how's that grandson of yours doing? You told me he's having a little trouble sleeping.
Yeah, having a little trouble sleeping. He wants me to tell him a story every night, and I've about run out of stories to tell him.
Well, you're probably using the same old stories over and over, aren't you, Roy?
Probably so.
Yeah, like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty and stuff like that. Well, see, Roy, you need to just turn them around. You can use the same stories, just mix them up a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Like Cinderella.
Yeah.
Rindercella. Well, I tell you what,
Yeah.
Roy, we'll go through it and you just hang along there and maybe you'll pick it up and you can use this one. So.
Okay, all right.
All right, Roy.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you wash your hands before you
I
cut
sure
my
did,
hair?
Roy. Sure did.
Okay.
Clean as they could be. Don't you worry about that
all
at
right,
all.
that's good.
Well, once upon a while, Roy, in this corn country, lived this beautiful girl. And her name was Rindercella. Now, Roy, Rindercella lived with her mugly other and her two sad blisters.
Sad blisters.
Yeah, two sad blisters. And they were most seen to Rindercella, Roy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had only make her trake out the tash and adopt the flirty moors. And so just terrible to her. Well,
Yeah?
also, Roy, in this corn country lived this hung and prancing yance. Yeah, he's hung and prancing yance. You know, Roy, you know, back in high school, you was probably hung and prancing too, weren't you? Yeah. I know that's been a long time ago. Don't you worry, you still mighty prancing, Roy. I don't know about hung and prancing, but you mighty prancing. You know, Junior, Gordy, Grandpa, y'all know,
Yeah.
Goober.
I know them old boys.
You know, a name like Goober had to be hung and prancing, didn't he? But anyhow, Roy, we better get back on to the story. That boy ain't never gonna get to sleep. So where were we, Roy? We was the hung and prancing yance. Well, he just didn't have any luck with the lemon, you know. No, so his Dom and his Mad, they decided they was gonna throw him a Bancy Fall. You know, maybe he'd find him a girl that way, so they decided they was going to invite the people from Riles a Mound, the corn country,
Yeah?
especially the pitch reaple.
Pitch reaper.
Yeah, those with lots of money.
Yeah, rich people.
Yeah.
I got that.
Well, the invitations go out, and sure enough, Rindercella and the Mugly Other and two sad blisters, they get their invitation. And Mugly Other and sad blisters, they'd done gone out and bought them some drancy fesses
Oh,
to wear to
okay.
the Bancy Fall, but
Yeah?
Rindercella, she didn't have no drancy fest. All she had was wordy old dags to wear. Well, the night of the Bancy Fall comes, and the Mugly Other and the two sad blisters head on off. Well,
Yeah?
there's Rindercella sitting there in her wordy dags, boys, just kidding their shrine. Well, all of a sudden, the Gary Mudfather appears and sees Rindercella kidding their shrine a lot, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, sitting there in her wordy dags. Well, she felt bad for her, so she waved her wagic mind over Rindercella, and those wordy dags turned into a dutiful breast. Sure did. Well, Roy, you know, women love to have a dutiful breast. A lot of times they want two of them.
Yeah?
They'll spend a lot of money on them too, Roy.
Yeah?
Sure will. Well, Roy, you just think back, Roy. Back to your wedding day. You know, there you stood up there in your sack blute with your moonscrum. Sack blute and moonscrum. All hung and prancing up there. All of a sudden, the music plays and those DAC doors open up, and here comes your soon-to-be wife. What was she wearing? A dutiful white breast, wasn't she, Roy?
Yeah.
You got excited, didn't you, Roy?
Yeah.
I figured you did.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the story, Roy.
All right.
So anyway, well, now there's a problem. See, the Mugly Other and the two sad blisters had done gone to the Bancy Fall and didn't take Rindercella.
Huh.
Well, they only had one family car. That was an old Trodge duck. So they done gone off on it. Well, the Gary Mudfather thinks, you know what, I can help Rindercella out.
Yeah?
So she waves that wagic mind again, and all of a sudden there appears before Rindercella a cage stoach with Hicks white sources to pull it to the Bancy Fall. But the Gary Mudfather told her, you got to be home before the clock strikes midnight. or I'll turn you into a tumpkin.
Oh, oh.
Yep. Well, Rindercella gets to the Bancy Fall, and she's met there at the door by the hung and prancing yints. You know, he'd been watching her from the red boom window, and he gets out there and he hook her by the tan and...
By the... Hook her by the what?
Hook her by the tan.
Oh, okay.
Led her on into the Bancy Fall, Roy.
Yeah,
He took her right out there in the middle.
yeah.
Right out there in the middle of the Floridwood whore. You know, some cores are made out of flarpet. This whore is made out of Floridwood. So anyhow, you like Floridwood whores, don't you, Roy? Well, anyway, they nest all died, and before long they done lil and fub, Roy. Sure did. Well, Rindercella done forgotten time, you know. That
Yeah.
clock strikes midnight, and Rindercella remembers. She was going to be turned into a tumpkin.
Oh,
So she staced down the rares real quick, and she beached that rodham step and slopped her dripper, Roy.
oh, me. Oh,
Yeah, that was embarrassing, too. You can imagine.
yeah.
You ever slopped your dripper in front of a large crowd of people, Roy? Make your reeks turn, Chad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ain't good to slop your dripper. Well, Rindercella jumps up and she races off home, Roy. Well, there's a hung and prancing Hints there, standing there holding his slop dripper, poking broided. He done lost his girl. Well, the next morning he comes up with a plan, you know. He still
Yeah.
got that slop dripper, and he's going to go door to door until he finds that beautiful girl. So he finally gets to Rindercella's house, and he tries that slop dripper on the muggly other. Fitting it. Then he tried that slop dripper on the two sad blisters. Fitting it.
Sad blisters.
Then he tried it on Rindercella, and it fitted it, boys.
Good.
See, the problem is the muggly other and the two sad blisters, they had fig beat.
Big, big.
Yeah, that slop dripper was a shawl smooth. And if you got fig beat, you can't wear a shawl smooth. You got fig beat, you got to have a shig boo, and that slop dripper was a shawl smooth, Roy.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Rindercella had fiddle eat. Fiddle eat don't need a shig boo, it needs a shawl smooth, so the slop dripper, being a shawl smooth, went on the fiddle eat of Rindercella. Simple as that, Roy. Well, anyway, Roy, you know every Maury has to have a story.
Yeah.
So the story of this Maury is, if you ever find yourself in a corn country
Yeah.
and you want to find a hung and prancing yints, and you want to dance all died in your dutiful breasts, and you want to loll in fove, about the time that mid-clock strikes night, and you stace down those rares and you beat that rodham step, don't forget, Roy, you got to slop your dripper. All right, Roy, that ought to help that old boy get to sleep.
It ought to.